Hey guys, Buffin Gaming back bringing another video today, and today we are covering Warzone, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Battle Royale, which is coming for free for all platforms to play tomorrow on March 10th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll include the map and a link to the Activision blog here as far as release time goes, but again, this is free to play for everybody. So finally, the Battle Royale is here. We've been hearing rumors about it. I know I've been discussing it a little bit here and there on the channel, but we haven't had anything concrete, so I haven't gone too in-depth with anything regarding Warzone yet. So just some information here, and then we're going to be streaming this all day tomorrow once this launches, so be sure to check me out on YouTube. We'll be streaming shortly after this launches and the download is done. I will be live here on YouTube, so be sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit that notification bell so you're notified when I go live tomorrow. We'll be doing some gameplay, and then also we'll have some videos coming out the rest of the week covering this, and then obviously we'll be getting back to our regular conversion videos after the hype dies down a little bit. But what do you need to know about Warzone? So it is free to play for everybody, launching tomorrow, as I said, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do the math there. It's going to be whatever 8 a.m. Pacific time is, so do your conversion there and you'll be able to figure out when it's releasing for you. Now, if you already own Call of Duty Modern Warfare, those are the release times. So 8 a.m. Pacific Standard. If you do not own a copy of Modern Warfare, don't worry, it's still free to play. You'll just have to wait till 12 p.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be a 4-hour delay from the time it launches for everybody with the game until it launches for free for everybody else who doesn't have Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And I'm sure that's probably just a server load issue there. They want to see how many people are jumping into the servers at first, and then obviously plan how much they need to expand the bandwidth of the servers and the server load to take on the rest of the free players that are going to be hopping on after that. That way they're not getting an enormous influx all at once. So we don't want to all jump on and have the servers be down. But Battle Royale, again, free to play. Now it does cover the map. You can see, I'll show on screen a little bit here, is the Spec Ops map. So if you've been watching any of our Spec Ops series and some of the gameplay there, or even some of the Ground War maps, are all based within this giant Spec Ops map. So overall, I think there's a little bit over 18 or 20. Yeah, there's 20 drop points just about in here that are named. So we have things like Dam, Military Base, Quarry, Airport, TV Station from Call of Duty 4. You may remember that. Storage Town. That's also from one of the Spec Ops missions. Superstore, Boneyard, Train Station, Hospital, and many more. So you'll recognize a lot of these, such as Lumber and Farmland is from the Ground War maps there. We also have Port, which is Port of Verdansk, is also a Ground War map, as well as Downtown, which is Tovorsk District. And then we also have one or two more in there as well for the Kars River Quarry, I believe, is the 4th Ground War map as well. So in total, and then we have all these other locations which encompass different Spec Ops maps, as well as old Call of Duty 4 maps returning that are hidden within this giant Spec Ops map. So the map overall is huge. It's about 3 times the size of Blackout. If you played that for Black Ops 4, it's about 3 times that size. And you do get some vehicles in this game mode. So what do you need to know, first off, starting with this game mode? You'll be able to drop in. You have a system called Plunder, which is in-game cash that you'll be able to collect throughout the course of the game. And with that, you can use things like buy stations, which you'll be able to purchase things in-game, such as drop kits, gas masks as a circle closes in. You'll also be able to purchase kill streaks if you have enough, armor plates as well. So this is a new feature. If you played Black Ops 4 Blackout, you'll remember that they had different tiers of armor. That you had level 1, 2, and then 3, which is a full body heavy armor, which covered your head. So in Warzone, we only have armored plates, so what you get is your character has the 100 to, I believe, 150 health maybe, and then also you can incorporate 3 armored plates into your tac vest. So you'll be able to see basically the animation you'll see tomorrow when we play, or if you've seen gameplay online, you'll be able to pick up the plates and insert them individually into your tactical vest there, into your plate carrier, and then you have 3 plates of armor plus your health. So that's definitely going to be key to be able to equip that going forward. Now, the total player count as of now is 150 players, so I know there were rumors that it was going to be upwards of 200, so I'm sure they'll end up increasing that if it can support 200 players, but 150 is still a lot, especially this huge map, so that should be a lot of fun to get in and see how that handles. And from everything we're hearing, the games go very fast, the circle closes very quick, and this isn't like a PUBG or even a Blackout circle or even a Firestorm from Battlefield 5. This is a pretty deadly gas circle, so I know I've seen a lot of the videos, and basically you're not going to survive in this. There's no plane behind the circle. and running in. Even with a gas mask, you have maybe 10 to 12 seconds from everything I hear to be in the circle, and then you're going to take heavy damage without that gas mask and die, because you're not going to be able to outrun it unless you're in front of it. So you will die pretty fast there. So also keep that in mind. Gas mask might be key, but it's still not really going to save you too much. It'll just buy you a little bit of extra time if you're a little bit behind the circle. So there's no playing behind the circle in Warzone from what we know so far. So other things here, Plunder is a race to collect the most in match. That's two different game modes. So there's Warzone, which is the Battle Royale, then there's Plunder, which is going to be a race to collect the most cash in the game mode. So we'll find out more about that tomorrow. I believe they're releasing information. For right now, it seems like the other YouTubers are on NDA, so non-disclosure agreement, and they haven't released too much information about that, but we're said to be getting information about the Plunder mode tomorrow. But for Warzone, again, it takes place in Verdansk, the expensive city that we've seen from Spec Ops. We have over 20 drop points here. There will be different loot boxes, typical to, very similar to like Fortnite. If you watch that, everything, all the weapons will be in different color tiers. So there's no customizing your weapons and bringing them in. You'll be able to pick up different color class tiers from, I believe, green all the way up to orange, blue, etc. Similar to Fortnite, and those will have attachments on them as well. So it looks like basically every gun you'll get will be a plain gun, no attachments. Then what you pick up from loot boxes only, or even supply drops, will be the ones that'll have the attachments on them. So you'll go anywhere from 1 attachment all the way up to 5 attachments. And it seems like those are going to be mainly blueprints that are already in the game, as well as just some random RNG loadouts that we've seen perhaps from the gunfight mode as well. That'll be available in those loot boxes. Ammo, you do not need to pick up manually, be able to run over that and pick it up for your weapon, so that's good. As well as when you kill a player, you'll be able to pick up their plunder. And also when you do die, you go to a mode called Gulag. So it seems like you'll be able to go to this Gulag mode and fight for your life to come back into the game with your friend. So you'll be able to do that. If you win, you get instantly redeployed. You can only do this 1 time per match. And if you're in the Gulag and the timer for the Gulag runs out, everybody's released at once and everybody gets to redeploy. So that's pretty cool. It'd be interesting to see how that handles. So moving on to some more things here. Vehicles, we have 5 different vehicles so far that we know of in Warzone. It's going to be the ATV, which is a 2-seater that we've seen in Spec Ops. Same thing as Blackout. Tactical Rover, we have an SUV, which is a 4-seater, as well as the Tactical Rover is also a 4-seater. We have the cargo truck, holds up the squads plus equipment. And then we have the little bird of the helicopter, which seats 4 as well. So we've seen some gameplay of that. Same thing we've seen in Spec Ops, that you're able to fly around, as well as in Warzone as well. So mechanics of Warzone, again, as I said, you have the Gulag, where upon your first elimination, you'll be taken to the prison of Warzone. So the Gulag from Modern Warfare 2, and we've also seen it in the the gunfight mode, and the map is also released. So it's a little bit different than the gunfight Gulag. It looks like it's a different layout, so it'll be a little bit, which is good. They switched it up so there won't be just a 2-lane map, essentially, with a partial 3-lane. So it'll be a little bit more cover, a little bit more maneuverability, and won't be as predictable to know where your enemies are or camp those spots. Also, if you'll be able to watch on matches, so you'll be able to, if you're in the Gulag, you'll be able to look down and watch who's playing. You can throw rocks at those individuals, and if you hit them, it will stun them and take off some health. So if you and a buddy are on the same team and he's fighting, you're going to want to get those rocks and hit the other player that he's fighting. You can also call out where the enemy is for him to help him out to win that, and then he'll be able to redeploy. So again, this is just going to be a 1v1 match to earn the ultimate reward, which is the redeploy. If you win this in the Gulag, you are redeployed into Verdansk. You lose all your weapons that you had coming in, obviously. You just redeploy with a pistol, and you have to drop that and reloot and meet up with your team. So that's very similar to just redeploying in like something like Hot Pursuit for Blackout. You have to just redeploy on your team and parachute down to them. There's also something called contracts. So contracts are objectives that are available in-game. So there's things like looting. You'll be able to accept a contract for scavenger to scavenge X amount loot boxes. There's also putting on a hit contract on somebody, or a hunter contract, so you'll be targeting a different player on the map. It'll give you somewhere near their location, but not the approximate location. You'll have to eliminate them, and by doing this, you earn XP and plunder as well. So we'll have to see. There's going to be different types of contracts, I'm sure, released throughout Warzone. This is a mode that's going to be supported for over a year going forward. They're saying it's going to be a long-lasting mode, so we'll have to see what that looks like going forward. Now, I did mention buy stations. So buy stations, you'll be able to use plunder that you'll pick up on the map, as well as from dead players that you have killed. Now, plunder can be used at the buy station to purchase items. Like I said, gas masks, armored plates, kill streaks, and different types of perks like that. You'll be able to spend the money to buy and give yourself an advantage. So something you may want to do is purchase kill streaks and save them for the last few circles. And by using this cash, obviously they're going on a price scale from cheapest to most expensive. So the more expensive ones, I'm sure, are going to be the most valuable ones that you'll want to get. You can also buy redeploy tokens to bring back a fallen teammates, self-revive kits as well, and some additional ones that'll be available as well. I'm sure they'll swap in and out different types of items from the buy station throughout the game. So again, you'll need to use plunder to buy that, and that'll gain you advantage as your team is closing in for the final circle to hopefully win the game. You can also get things like field upgrades from this buy station, as well as you'll also be able to loot those in drops as well. So for example, when you have supply drops, you'll be able to get field upgrades in there as well. You can't bring any of these in, and you'll have to just loot everything on the map. So plunder available all over the map and down players, so you got to be sure to collect that. And I'm sure these buy stations are going to be key for meta when it comes to those final circles as far as what you want to have, and there's definitely going to be a strategy behind that. So I'm looking forward to jumping in and seeing how that goes. Now, seamless play. So as I said, this is a completely free for everybody, cross-platform. So it's going to be completely cross-platform, free for everybody. If you have the game, you can purchase it at 8 a.m. Pacific time and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't have the game, it's just a 4-hour delay, so it'll be 12 p.m. Pacific time, and then 4 hours later for whatever other your time zone is there. So I'll link the article down below to the Activision blog so you can get all this information and figure out when it's launching for you and when you can get on and play it. Now, download sizes vary whether you have the game already or not. So if you have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it's going to be about an 18 to a 22 gigabyte download, and once the download is complete, you can unlock that Warzone panel. You can see, obviously, that today the countdown timer started, so you can also jump on and see when that'll be available for you if you have the game. Right now, mine is currently at 14 hours and 36 minutes remaining on the countdown, so you'll be able to install that, those 18 to 22 gigabytes, and then that mode will unlock for you. Now, if you don't have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, no worries. You'll be able to get it in your Xbox store, PlayStation store, or on Battle.net for PC. Now, that's going to be an 83 to 101 gigabyte download. It's going to be a separate game client for you on your console, and then you'll be able to jump in. You'll just be lacking things like, obviously, operators and camos, but again, none of that's going to affect play style and your effectiveness on the battlefield. So that's really most of the information that we know so far that I wanted to cover. As far as weapons, from what I hear, the weapons are going to have different damage stats as they do from when they do online. So if NM4 is a meta, it may not be meta in Warzone. I'm sure they might switch things up a little bit, especially because the health is different. And obviously, keep in mind you have armored plates in your plate carrier, so that's going to be key. Now, you can do things like carry up to 5 armored plates with you. You can drop things for friends like ammo, armored plates. So you'll be able to equip 3 plates in your plate carrier, and you'll be able to have an additional 2. So if one's damaged, you can replace it, etc. If you have extra, you can drop them for a teammate. So that's going to be key to keep in mind as the map closes into the final couple circles there. So you'll also be able to see like bounties. Everything's on the map, so you'll be able to see your squad leader, loadout drops. You'll also be able to see where the contract stations are, and they'll be notified on the map if you accept the contracts. Those are going to be like bounties, recon, scavenger that we discussed. Buy stations or shopping carts on your map. Then obviously the different vehicles are also available on the map. So pretty cool effect that I've seen in some of the early gameplay from the YouTubers that have played it is when you're dropping, there is basically a hover effect for the location that you're dropping for. So for example, if I'm dropping stadium or TV station, it'll be big plain clear text over the location, so you and your buddies can call out specifically where it is. You can also ping locations, so if you see enemies to the southwest or whatever, and say your buddies don't have mics, you can ping that location as well as call it out to your teammates that do. So that ping system will come in handy. You can also ping objects, so if I find a gun that I want to give to my buddy, I can go ahead and ping that as well. So definitely some really cool features with this. I'm very excited to jump in and see how this plays. I know we've been waiting for this for a long time, so I'm excited. I really liked Blackout, and the only problem with that is that it turned into more of a like cartoonish Fortnite style game. Modern Warfare obviously still Call of Duty, but it's more grounded in reality, I feel, than the Black Ops series. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of blueprints are available when we pick up weapons from supply drops and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see, and then obviously see what kind of in-game purchases, if any, there is for that. All XP is seamless, by the way, so if you're leveling up in Warzone that's going to go for your total multiplayer stat. There's not, from what I hear, there's not a separate rank system according to the Activision blog, so everything is seamless. And you do not need to worry about a separate rank system. Like Blackout had its own rank system in it versus the Black Ops 4 multiplayer, so there's none of that this time around. It's all seamless, one rank, so you'll be able to carry that over into Blackout multiplayer, excuse me, Warzone into multiplayer and vice versa. So there's no real advantage from having a rank either, from what we can tell so far. So that is all the information I have today, guys. Let me know what you think of Call of Duty Warzone down below, as well as the other game mode, which is the Plunder game mode, which we're yet to hear details on in that mode. So I'm sure that'll be revealed tomorrow, it seems like. I'll put the trailer on screen there. I'm sure you've seen it by now. It should be playing in the background as well as just some random gameplay here. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for Warzone? It seems like some of the community is 50-50 on this, but it seems like it should be fun. At least we'll have to get in and get our hands on it and see how it goes. But let me know down below. Are you excited for Call of Duty Warzone? Are you excited for the Plunder game mode? Are you excited to get in and see how this handles? Are you a fan of Battle Royales? It seems like this is a very unique Battle Royale. There's some different elements here that have been taken from like Fortnite as well as PUBG that really, I think, even Blackout, that should make this a very unique game mode as well. I can also see with the gameplay some elements from Firestorm, which I think is good to see, because that was a very good game mode on Battlefield. Unfortunately, it just didn't last very long. But let me know down below what you guys think. Again, live stream will be live tomorrow, shortly after this releases, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be hopping on as soon as I get it downloaded and can jump in, and we'll be doing a live stream for a couple hours and get it in and seeing if we can win some games and get our hands on and seeing how this game mode plays. So again, let me know down below what you guys think of Call of Duty Warzone, and until tomorrow, Buffner Gaming.